It's a beloved classic reimagined for the grand stage at Music Hall. Cincinnati Opera is closing out its summer festival with Fiddler on the Roof. This production is a powerful show with an international twist. Joining us today to talk about it, our stage director, Crystal Manich, and German opera star Max Hopp, who takes on the iconic role of Tevye. Welcome to both of you. We appreciate you being here. And Crystal, let's start with you.
Pleasure.
So what's your role with Cincinnati Opera and the Fiddler on the Roof production?
I'm the director of the production, which means that for the past year I've been working with my design team to create our vision of what Fiddler on the Roof should be. And I've directed the show once before and I have a long history with it, so I'm very passionate about this story.
Yeah, and it is such an iconic story too, but there might be some people out here who are unfamiliar with the story. What is the story of Fiddler?
Fiddler on the Roof is about love and about maintaining your balance in a changing world where your culture and your traditions are being challenged by an advancing world. It takes place in 1905, Tsarist Russia, but it by no means is very different from how we are today. It's a very universal story. There's a reason why there's a production of Fiddler on the Roof every day of the year since its premiere in 1964 on Broadway. And the main character of Tevye is the perspective that we see these changes through. And he struggles as his daughters start to understand that the outside world is very different from their very small world. And they start taking their own lives into their own hands. And Tevye's struggle to maintain the traditions, but also keep his family together is in question.
Something I think a lot of fathers could relate to. Max, let's talk about this. I mean, playing the role of Tevye, what has this experience been like for you?
You know, I have been playing this character in Berlin at the Commercial Opera in another production, wonderful production. And I discover now the character in a new way because it's in English. It's the first time I play the character in English. So, and it's very exciting for me because the character is enormous rich, and he is, I would say, the King Lear of musical roles. So he has everything. It's a huge, complex character, and with a emotional depth and humor and dramatic dimension.
What are you looking forward to the most about this production in particular?
Singing this wonderful stage and being and with all the people, and you know, the cast is so amazing because it's a very well mixture of very skilled singers and actors at the same time. And this is also the challenging thing in this when you work on such a musical, because the mixture is, they are used to sing, but we are used to play, and vice versa, and you have to bring everything together.
Yeah, and Crystal, let's talk about the fact, I know you touched on some of these common themes that are throughout the show. Why is it, do you think, that Fiddler on the Roof has just become so iconic?
The way that the show is written, it's definitely written for an American audience, which is why it is still considered the great American musical, like West Side Story, for example. But at the end of the day, the characters are all relatable. And there's a great mixture of humor and drama. So I would really call this a dramedy in contemporary terms. And I think that what draws me to the show is that you discover something, like what Max just said, you discover something different every time you approach it. And Max has brought some incredible things to the process where all of a sudden lines that I took for granted that I knew what they meant, suddenly they take on a different meaning when you have an actor working not in his native language. And I've seen the character of Tevye now through a totally different lens. And it's been really exciting to now take my vision and really build it around what Max has contributed to the process. And honestly, this is a show that it always grows with every company that does it, every set of performers that take it on, and that's why I think that audiences can't miss it, because it's a rare opportunity to see a production of Fiddler on the Roof in Cincinnati and a new production that is going to play around the country at other companies, so they can see it here first.
That's pretty exciting. So how did this relationship come about, Max? How did you find yourself here in Cincinnati with Cincinnati Opera?
It's quite a dream, huh? It's quite a miracle. Evans Mirage is the artistic director from Cincinnati Opera, came to Berlin and saw the show at the Komische Oper in Berlin, where I've been playing Tevye. And afterwards we met, and a few months later, he made me this incredible offer to play Tevye at the Cincinnati Opera in a new production. And moreover, I mean, this is the first production ever made by an opera house of Fiddler on the Roof. So, and I was speechless, honestly, and frankly deeply touched because, you know, and honored because of the trust he places in me.
And what do you love the most about this production and your role?
I embrace the character every time when I play him, even in rehearsals, because, as I said, this character is very deep. It's not a repeating of something. He is so human, and the special thing is, it is a role. He is a person who tries to be a good human being, reasonable and responsible. And he is questioning himself again and again, constantly, and tries to adjust his thoughts about faith and tradition and everything. I mean, and this is something we all have to do or should do in our lives, and he's a shining example of a human being, I would say.
Wow, well, it sounds like it's going to be a shining example of the Cincinnati Opera, Crystal. If someone has never seen any of the productions of Fiddler before, why would you say, and I think you've covered this pretty well, why would you say that this is the production that people should see?
It is a production that will make you realize that this is the exact story we need to be seeing right now. We need to be seeing a story about the changing tide, how families and cultures are being challenged every day all around the world, but also just a reminder of what it is to have family and to be invested in your own culture within your own family, and how does that fit into the wider world. I think that these are all things that are universal at all times.
All right, so if someone is seeing this, I'm sure they want to get tickets. Where can they go for more information?
They can go to cincinnatiopera.org, and you can find all of the ticket information there.
All right, well, Crystal, Max, thank you both for being here. Break a leg and yidle-deedle-diddle. I can hear the songs in my head already. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.